Hey, I'm Peter, the casting producer for reality shows, and there's nothing that makes me giddier than making other people famous. I'm just kidding. So I wanted to give you some casting tips. You actually, by the way, you might recognize my name on the credits of your favorite show of all time, Preach.
Tonight is a night for people that are ready to receive.
Must have been Preach. I know it was Preach. Anyway, so I thought maybe I'd give some tips to milk this stuff called Tip Talk after I'm done with it. Get it? Anyway, so this will be tip number one. Try to avoid annoying the casting producer. And it seems, pretty obvious, but how do you know what's going to annoy a casting producer? Every person has a pet peeve that might make you annoyed, especially if you've been doing a certain occupation for so long. Well, things are going to annoy you. So I thought I'd maybe give you a couple of things that you can do that will help you not be annoying, unless you're supposed to be annoying for the show. That's a whole other thing. This is assuming that you filled out an application, you got a phone call, you answered that phone call because it's a random number, but you totally answered it, or you let it go to voicemail, you got the message, you vetted whoever it was, he's legitimate, they ain't asking for money or anything like that, so you know it's a real show. Call them back right away, as soon as possible, because you never know what deadlines are. You land that Zoom interview with that producer. If you pop up on that Zoom on time and you are ready to go, you have no idea how far that takes you. Puts me in a good mood. I'm gonna be a little bit more fun, more than likely, even though I'm always fun, I think. You're gonna get a confirmation email. Read the email, because you're gonna get clues as to how to prep. Generally, a casting producer, we want to like you. It's kind of for you to mess up, I guess. No pressure. Even before they start recording, the audition is on. And I can tell you, I like you a lot more when the camera's set up right. Generally, choose the device that is the newest device that you have. Oftentimes it's a phone. You're trying out for some sort of television show, so TVs are like this. Not like this, not portrait. They want you to do it landscape. Half the time, it's never right. So I know this is actually a very good tip. You find that camera hole that you're using, and that camera hole should generally be at eye level. Hands free. You don't want to be holding a camera. Don't ever use a filter. Remember, we want to know who you really are. Update your software. Audio, also very important. I personally don't like earphones, even though I'm wearing one right now. That's up to the preference of the producer. Just as long as we can hear you clearly, that's great. Make sure you have a very strong internet connection. Unplug that router, maybe. Good lighting, just some stuff in your face. If you can have any sort of backdrop, pick a place in your house or your space that shows a little bit of personality. You can see I'm a weirdo, right? I mean, I guess you can see I'm a weirdo. Maybe you might not want, I guess you might not want boobs behind you. Whatever. I like boobs. Anyway, try to control the things that you can control. You obviously can't control if a producer that is interviewing you is annoyed, but you can try to avoid it. And if I'm not annoyed, I'm gonna more than likely be more, keen on liking you. But the reality is, you still gotta be pretty good. You still gotta be good for the show.